Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Confessions of a Paper Addict's third birthday. So this is pretty cool. They have been in business for 3 years now, and there are, I think, well over 1,000 cut files now for you to choose from. And so I will have the link to the Confessions of a Paper Addict Etsy shop down below in my description box in case you are interested in purchasing something. I chose to use these two cut files today actually. I am using, first of all, Film Strip 2, which has 6 spaces for photographs, and granted that one small on the bottom on the left hand side is kind of small. You can still kind of see what's in there. It's basically a picture of the food that Noah chose to have for his birthday dinner. So I printed out these 6 photos on one selfie print, which means they are slightly smaller than 2 by 2. And then I decided to cut out 2 of these party poppers, and that is the party popper cut file. And so the first one is actually called Film Strip 2 because I believe she actually has a second film strip, or a first film strip, if you will, that you could purchase as well. But this one worked for what I am doing, and so that's why I chose to use it. And I just have these 6 little photos of Noah basically on his birthday, and then a picture of the cake that his mom made with the dinosaur bones on it, and a plate of the food that he chose to have on his birthday. So that's what I'm documenting today, and I think it's perfect because we are celebrating the birthday of the store as well. So congratulations to Virginia for making it 3 years, and for creating all of those amazingly wonderful cut files that we have all gotten to choose from, and that we all can use in our scrapbooking. So basically I'm just backing this cut file, and you saw me there. I just kind of put the photo behind it, and then I used a Sharpie. I don't normally use a Sharpie, but I used a Sharpie on it to mark the outside lines. So I know I want to cut just inside of my Sharpie marks so that the photos don't show in those little tiny squares that make up the edge of the film strip. Now, I don't always leave the backing of the cut files in there because I know it can be time consuming and such. So you're getting to see part of it here. This is a very simple one, just squares or rectangles. So it doesn't take a lot of extra work, but I don't make you sit through backing all of the stars and the confetti pieces that are coming out of the party poppers. So also somehow I lost the footage of the mixed media, but the mixed media is super simple on this one. So that's going to pop up here, and it is basically just Dylusions Pure Sunshine Spray. And then I used some Dylusions Lemon Zest to splatter up over it. I didn't do anything else. I didn't do packaging technique or anything. I just basically took the paper. I saw where I wanted to have my party poppers, and I just hit it with the spray. So there wasn't a whole lot to it, but I do apologize that I lost the footage somehow. I don't know if I just didn't have the camera on or what, but the footage is definitely gone. So I am showing you a couple of little pieces here that I am backing. You can see that I am just tracing the inside of those pieces on the back side of the paper that I want to use. So I'm not actually using the light color there. I'm using the blue on the flip side. So I just trace the inside, cut a little bit larger, put a little glue on it, and then stick that little piece on. It's very simple. It does take time, but it is simple. It's not hard to do, but like I said, it's time consuming. So I chose not to back every single one of these little swirly pieces because I think that those are more like the strings that come out. So I didn't put any color inside the little like loops that those little stringy pieces make. And I think it looks fine. I really end up liking the way that it looks. Some of those circles I did use my hole punch that you see on my desk there, and I punched some holes out of the papers that I had been using, and I just went ahead and glued those on the back of some of these little dots that have a center to them. Not all of them had centers, but there are a few that do, so that's why I did that. I'm really liking the way that it's coming together. I could have taken the piece of paper that all of this was cut out of, and I matched up where all of those little bits and pieces went, but I didn't do that either. I just decided to go ahead and um, go on a whim and just put them wherever I thought they should go. I decided also to add some sequins to it. I thought that would kind of brighten it up and make it really cheery and give it a little sparkle. And so I thought that was kind of a fun idea. I added some orange ones and some of these kind of like icy blue looking ones. And I like the added uh, interest that these bring to the party poppers. It's just kind of fun. Now, you definitely don't need them because the cut file comes with everything that you need, but I thought it was a nice addition, and it gave me an opportunity to use up some more of the sequins that I've got in my stash. So I chose the orange because his shirt is this yellowy orange color, and so I thought that worked well. And then on the floor behind him, there's like a blue playmat, and there's blue in the, I don't know really where the blue comes from in the cake photo, but there is a blue hue to it. There's nothing really blue on the cake, but it must have been the lighting from the window behind the cake that is creating that kind of blue effect. So I went ahead and chose the blue to use that as well. And then I just decided to use the primary colors to go ahead and make those party poppers, because primary colors go well with toddlers. And so that's just what I went with. Red, blue, green, and yellow. And so I thought it looks really good. I like how it's coming together. And I'm just using my crystal katana as the tool that I'm using to pick up those sequins. It works really well. It's kind of got a waxy end on it that allows it to grab the sequins, but it also releases them really easily when you have some adhesive down. And I'm just using liquid adhesive, Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, and I think that works great for this purpose. Now I just trimmed off about a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch off of the 4 sides, because I want to have a black border all the way around, and I don't mind that some of the pieces look like they're off the edge. I think that just kind of adds to the dimension of it, or the look of it. It kind of looks like it could just keep going. So don't usually use liquid glue for this purpose, but because there was some mixed media and a little bit of warping, I decided to go ahead and use the liquid glue and adhere everything down. I did set something really heavy on top of it to hold it until it dried. And then I pulled out these Tim Holtz dies. That's a Tim Holtz Sizzix dies to do my title, which is just happy birthday. It's very simple. I'm using some orange foam from Walmart. It is adhesive backed on one side, and then I'm going to put the black right on the top of it. And then I will go ahead and cut out all of those letters using my Sidekick. I just put the dies right on top of the cardstock, and then I run it through, and it works just fine. I haven't had any problems with it cutting, and I really like the effect that it gives, and I also like that I don't ever run out of letters this way. So it's very handy if you, and a great investment also if you are someone who likes thickers and foam letters, but you get tired of running out of your vowels. This is a great solution. At least for me, it is. So while I do this, I'll remind you that this is a birthday hop that we are doing. So go and check out everyone else. All of the links are down below. I know I did mention that in the beginning, but I wanted to remind you their links are down below. Definitely check out what Virginia's got on her channel, as she is the owner and the designer of the cut files for Confessions of a Paper Addict. The whole design team is playing along, and a whole bunch of other people as well. So give them a little bit of love and go and check out their channels. So I've got my title down, and again, I just use my liquid adhesive to adhere that down. I do set something with a little weight on top of it, usually my acrylic block, because it is large and it's kind of heavy. I set it right on top until the glue dries, which it dries fairly quickly, so it's not a big issue. Now I'm using a journaling stamp. This is from Stamp Market. It's called the set is called Labeled, and they don't make it anymore. So my apologies that you can't get this particular label stamp anymore. There are a lot of different kind of labeling stamps out there, so maybe you can find something similar if it's something that interests you. But this one works really well for me, and I use it quite often. Oh, I guess I hadn't already glued down my letters. I thought I did. So now I'm going to glue down my letters just using that liquid adhesive, but I'm not going to make you watch all of that process. So then I'm going to go ahead and also add some dimension underneath my label. I'm adding just more of that same orange foam to pop it up because I like that added dimension, and I like that it gives it depth to the layout, but it also doesn't make it super thick. So I'm just going to go ahead and add that and use, again, some more liquid adhesive to adhere it down. Now I do want it kind of going off the page, just like the confetti pieces are going off the page, and I really like the way that that looks. I also like the playful nature of this font. I know it's not like a typical font that you would find, but I do like the playful nature of it. It looks a little more childish, and so that's why I decided to use that particular font. And I did cut some stars that are very similar to the stars that are in the center of the poppers there, and I backed them with the same colors that I used to back the poppers, and just bringing more of that color down into my little journaling area and giving it a little bit of pop of color down in that area. And then I'm going to add a few little sequins down there as well, just to keep with the continuity of the rest of the layout, and add a little bit more color and a little bit more shine and bling to that area. I really like the way that this ends up looking. And then I don't believe I do the journaling on camera, so you're not going to get to see that. A lot of times I don't do the journaling on camera, or I leave it for my daughter to do. So I apologize that you don't get to see that portion of it. But we're just talking about his birthday and what we did to celebrate it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have questions or comments, you can leave those down below. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe as well. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.